Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy Noah the Beast, back here again on YouTube, and today, guys, I'm going to be giving you guys my predictions for Week 3 of the 2025 NFL season. So let's get started here, guys. If you guys have not already, make sure that you guys smash that subscribe button, turn on that little bell notification, and share this video with somebody that you know. All right, so let's get straight into this video. And so I am going to be predicting all of the games that will be happening in Week 3 of the NFL season. Starting off, we have the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. As I'm currently filming this video, this game is in progress. It is 14-7 Bills. Well, actually, it's 14-14 because the Dolphins just scored a touchdown. So it's 14-14 at half. And what are my thoughts about this game, and who do I think is going to win? Well, I think you got to give the Miami Dolphins credit. They have been playing phenomenal this game. I mean, phenomenal. I mean, they are 0-2. They look like they've been dead in the water this season. But guys, they're playing their heart and soul out in this Bills game. I mean, they've been giving the Bills a run for their money. I mean, I'm not that shocked. It's just because usually it's the Dolphins play really well. It's against the Bills, and plus this is one of the biggest rivalries in the league, so I'm not surprised that it's close. But I give the Dolphins credit. I think their defense only allowing the Bills to score 14 points so far is very good. But you know, I still think that the Bills will find a way to win this game. In the end, I think that Josh Allen and the Bills offense will make enough plays to get past this Dolphins team. But I wouldn't be shocked if Miami does pull off this upset. I would not be shocked. But I'm still going to pick Buffalo here. I just don't see them losing at home. I think Josh Allen and the Bills offense is going to make enough plays for them to win. I think the Bills defense will be able to shut down Tua and the Dolphins offense. So I'm gonna pick the Bills here to win this football game. I do think it's gonna be very close at the end. I'm gonna have Buffalo winning 30-20. I'm gonna say 30-24. 30-24 Bills. I do think that Miami has been playing their heart and soul out this game, but I think at the end of the day, the Bills are going to find a way to win this football game. All right. Up next, guys, we have our first Sunday game. We have the Indianapolis Colts versus the Tennessee Titans. I think that this football game is going to be pretty close. I mean, obviously, it is a divisional game. I think the Colts have looked like one of the best teams in the NFL so far this season. I know it's only game 2, but I mean, obviously, the Colts do look really good. We'll see how they play like for the rest of the season. But obviously, man, this Colts team looks amazing. As for the Tennessee Titans, I think honestly that Tennessee is a pretty solid team. I mean, obviously, what's their record? I think they're 0-2. Yeah, but I mean, Cam Ward has looked pretty solid so far. I do like them at home here, but I'm gonna pick the Indianapolis Colts to win this game. I'm going to pick them to win. I'm going to say 24-17. I think that Tennessee will be able to put up a solid fight, but I think at the end of the day, I think the Colts are going to come out on top in this situation. All right. Up next, guys, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Patriots. I think honestly this game is going to be pretty close. I mean, if you guys look historically at the Patriots versus the Steelers, the Patriots have owned the Pittsburgh Steelers, and plus I think the Patriots look like the far better team than Pittsburgh. I mean, Pittsburgh hasn't looked terrible, but you know, their offense looks pretty inconsistent. I mean, we saw in week 1, we saw them beat the Jets, and that was when Rodgers absolutely balled out. I still think Aaron can play at a high level. I mean, I know he's like 41 years old, but he can still play like he's 22. And then if you look at the Patriots, I mean, Drake May so far looks like a franchise quarterback. I mean, he looks great out there. But I do think Pittsburgh will will be able to keep this game close, but I like the Patriots here at home. So I'm going to pick New England. I think they will win. I'm going to say 21-20. I think maybe Drake May will lead the Patriots downfield, and then maybe they can score like a game-winning field goal or a game-winning touchdown or something. But I think that this game's probably one of the more underrated games of the weekend. All right. Up next, guys, we have the Houston Texans versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think that this game's going to be pretty solid. I mean, I have Houston winning this just because I don't see them going 0-3. I don't see them starting off 0-3. I think that CJ Stroud and this Texans offense should have a bounce back week. I need Nico Collins just to go off for me in this game because I have Nico Collins on fantasy. So I hope he can have a good game here because my fantasy team right now, as we speak, is currently 0-2. So obviously I'm going to need a good win in fantasy this week. But guys, I could see this game being pretty close. It is a divisional game. I like what I've seen out of it's out of the Jags. My thing about the Jags though is that they're a very inconsistent team. One team they obviously 1 week they're playing like the Eagles or the Bills, and then the next week they freaking look like the Saints. But I think that Houston will be able to win this game. Again, I don't see them starting off their season 0-3. I just don't see it. But I'm going to pick Houston. I think Houston will win this football game. I'm going to say like 23-16. I think that's fair. All right, up next, guys, we have the Denver Broncos versus the LA Chargers. I think that this game is going to be very close. I mean, these are two of the best teams in the AFC right now. I mean, obviously, Denver should have beaten the Colts last week if it wasn't for that dumb call at the end, but I like the Chargers here. They've looked like a Super Bowl contending team so far. I know that might sound like a hot take or sound like a stretch, but if you guys watch the Chargers, their defense looks phenomenal. Herbert's been playing great. My only concern about the Chargers, though, is just their running game. They have no running game, guys. But I think as soon as Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers offense figures out a way to get their running game going, then I think this Chargers team can turn into a Super Bowl contender. So I love what I've seen out of the Chargers. The thing about the Broncos have been a little iffy, but I still believe in Bo Nix. I still believe that the Broncos are a good team, but I'm gonna pick the Chargers here at home. I think the Chargers will be 3-0 to start off their season. I love what I've seen out of Herbert. I love what I've seen out of their defense. I think they will be able to win this football game. So I'm going to pick them to win 27-20. 27-20 Chargers. All right. Up next, guys, we have the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Minnesota Vikings. This is going to be the battle of the backup quarterbacks because obviously the Bengals don't have Joe Burrow. He is going to miss the next 3 months with a toe injury. I believe it's a toe injury. I'm not sure about Joe Burrow's injury. It might be a toe. I'm going to have to take a look. But all I know is that he's supposed to miss, I think, 3 months? He's either going to be out for the year or he's only going to miss 3 months and he'll be back probably around Christmas time or something. And then if you look at the Vikings, JJ McCarthy's hurt. I obviously think that Carson Wentz, I mean, I don't really know what to think about Carson Wentz. I mean, he hasn't been a starting quarterback in 2 or 3 years. So I'm not too high on Carson Wentz, but I'm going to pick Minnesota to win this game. I like them at home. I think if you put Carson Wentz in the right system, I think he could flourish. But I'm going to pick Minnesota here. This is kind of a coin flip for me, but I just think Cincinnati's defense is too bad, and I just think that the Vikings offense will be able to generate some points. So I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be very underrated, but I'm going to pick the Minnesota Vikings to win. I think they will win 20. I'm going to say 27-24. I think it's going to be a great game. I think the Bengals will be able to put up a fight. but I think that the Vikings will find a way to win this football game somehow, some way. All right. Up next, guys, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New York Jets. I think that this game is going to be a blowout. Like, I think Tampa Bay should destroy this Jets team. I mean, if you look at the Jets, I don't think Justin Fields is going to play. I think he has a concussion, so I don't think he's going to play. But I think Tampa Bay's defense is going to destroy, is going to wreak havoc. At least I hope they do, because I have Tampa Bay's defense on my fantasy team. I expect a good game out of the Buccaneers offense as well. I mean, I love what I've seen out of Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield looks like an MVP frontrunner right now. But I think Tampa Bay is going to blow out this team. I think Tampa Bay will win this game 31-10. I don't even think it's going to be close. All right, up next, guys, we have the Washington Redskins versus the Vegas Raiders, or the Washington Commanders, whatever you want to call them. But I like to call them still by it's their real name, the Washington Redskins. All right. Listen, this game I think might be close. I'm not sure about the status on Jaden Daniels, because I've heard that he is dealing with some sort of injury right now. I'm not sure, but he is questionable going into this game. But I think either way, if Jaden Daniels is healthy or not, I think Washington should be able to win this football game. I mean, they're going up against the trash-ass Raiders. I mean, I don't believe in Geno Smith. I don't think Geno Smith is that good of a quarterback. I like Brock Bowers. I love what I've seen out. Out of Genty so far. But, I think if Jaden Daniels plays, which I believe he will, I'm going to pick the Washington Redskins to win this football game. So I think they will win. I'm going to say like 24. I'm going to say like 24 to 14. I think it's going to be a weird game, but I think that Washington will be able to find a way to win this. All right. Up next, guys, we have the Green Bay Packers versus the Cleveland Browns. I mean, the Cleveland Browns are obviously the Cleveland Browns. I think if you're Cleveland, I would bench Joe Flacco and put in Dillon Gabriel. And then you're going up against one of the best teams in the NFL in the Green Bay Packers. So I think that this game is going to be, I think it may start off close. I could possibly see Cleveland putting up a solid fight the same way, in the first half of last week, they put up a solid fight against the Ravens. And I know the Ravens blew them out by like 30 plus points. But I think Green Bay should be able to win this football game. I'm going to have them winning 27-13. That is my prediction for that game. All right, guys. Up next, we have we're actually going to move up here because the game underneath that is the Sunday night game, and so we'll get to that in a second. I just want to get all of the Sunday games out of the way. All right. Up next, guys, we have the LA Rams versus the defending Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, aka my favorite team. I think this game is going to be an absolute war. I mean, I know the Rams are going to be out for blood because we obviously beat them twice last year. We obviously beat them in the playoffs last year to advance to the NFC Championship. We actually beat the Rams as a part of our Super Bowl run last year. And then we obviously beat them in week 12 as well. But I expect a big game out of Saquon Barkley. He always goes crazy when he goes up against the Rams. I don't know why. Like, Saquon just goes absolute beast mode when he goes up against the Rams. But I expect this game to be an absolute war. I have a lot of respect for the Rams. I love Stafford. I love Puka. And Devontae Adams, he's also a great wide receiver. But I think this game is going to be an absolute war. But I do think that my Philadelphia Eagles, with obviously with the defense that they have. I think the Eagles passing game should improve this game, because every time the Eagles are under pressure, every time that critics are saying that they're going to lose or saying that they're not a contender, they always show up and deliver. So I do think the Rams are going to put up a great fight here. I think this is going to be an absolute brawl and one of the best games of the entire weekend. But I think the defending Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, will find a way to pull off this win. So I'm going to pick the Philadelphia Eagles here to win this game 30-27. I think Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense drives down the field, and Jake Elliott scores a game-winning field goal, and the Philadelphia Eagles win 30-27. That is my prediction. All right. Up next, guys, we have the Atlanta Falcons versus the Carolina Panthers. I think that this game's going to be a snooze fest. I mean, I don't really think both of these teams are that good. But I just think the Falcons are a much better team. I can see them winning. I expect a great game out of both Bijan and Drake London as well. I think Kyle Pitts has been playing great. I like what I've seen out of the Falcons. I think they look like a pretty solid team this season. As for the Panthers, I think they've gone back to the same old Panthers. I know they finished strong last year, but let's just all face it. I think Bryce Young is a bust. You know, I love Bryce Young as a person and everything, but I just don't think he's a good quarterback in the NFL just in general. Like, I'm not trying to doubt him. I'm not trying to downplay him. Like, I'm just saying this season he's went back to the old Bryce Young. I hope Bryce Young can play good in this game. I really want him to succeed, but I just think Atlanta is the better team in this situation, and I can see them winning this football game. So I'm gonna pick Atlanta to win. I'm gonna pick them to win. Let's see. I'm gonna pick Atlanta to win. I'm gonna say like 26 to like. I'm gonna say like, I don't know, like 26-13. I know, weird score, but that's what I think. All right, guys. Up next, we have the Seattle Seahawks versus the Saints. I think this game's going to be an absolute blowout. Like, I think Seattle's offense has looked amazing, especially last week against Pittsburgh. I mean, they dropped 31 points. I think that offense is moving. I love what I've seen out of Sam Darnold. Cooper Kupp is playing well. Jackson Smith has been playing really well. I just love what I've seen out of this Seahawks team. I love what I've seen out of their offense. I think their defense is playing pretty good. I just like Seattle in the situation. I like them at home. I think the Saints are one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. So I'm going to pick Seattle. I'm going to pick Seattle to win this game 34-14. I don't even think it's going to be close. All right, guys, up next, we have the San Francisco 49ers versus the Arizona Cardinals. I think that if San Fran was healthy in this game, I think the 49ers would destroy this Cardinals team. Like, I honestly think if Kittle and Purdy were both healthy, then I think this game would be a blowout. But I'm going to pick the Cardinals here just because they're the more healthy team. Outside of Christian McCaffrey, I mean, they have nobody else. I mean, I know Mac Jones for them has been playing pretty good, but I just trust the Cardinals more in this situation because I just think they're the more healthy team. I just think San Francisco just has way too many injuries, and I think that's the reason why they will lose this game. I mean, if San Fran were healthy, I would obviously pick them to win, but since they're not healthy, since they're dealing with a lot of injuries right now, I'm going to pick Arizona. So I think Arizona will win. I'm going to say like 22-16, I would say. All right, up next, guys, we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the Chicago Bears. I think that this game could actually be pretty close. I mean, both of these teams absolutely suck. I mean, if you look at the Bears, they've been very disappointing like they always are almost every year. I mean, they have all this talent and they're still losing games. They're still starting off their season 0-2. And to be honest, Caleb Williams does not look like a franchise quarterback. I get it. He's only in his second year. I understand he has to learn a new system and everything, but Caleb just has not looked good. I think we can all say that. Caleb has not looked good whatsoever this season. I just think this entire Bears team is very dysfunctional. They have so much talent, but they just can't put it all together. If you look at the Cowboys, though, I mean, obviously, the Cowboys haven't played good this year. I mean, obviously, they almost beat, it's, the defending champs in week 1, which I do give Dallas credit. In that week 1 game, it's against my team. They did put up a really good fight. They almost gave us a run for our money. But I think that in this instance, I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win because I know both of these teams suck, but I just think the Bears suck slightly more. So I'm going to pick Dallas here. Unfortunately, obviously, I want the Bears to win, but I don't think that's going to happen. I just think Dallas is the better team. I think they're slightly less dysfunctional than the Bears are. I mean, obviously, the Cowboys are dysfunctional too, but I just think the Cowboys, they just are just a smidge less dysfunctional than the Bears. So I'm going to pick Dallas to win this game 24-21. I could definitely see that being as the score for that game. All right, guys, up next, we have Sunday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants. I know everybody and their mom is going to pick the Chiefs, but if you guys have looked at the way the Chiefs have played so far this season, they don't look like a Super Bowl team. They don't even look like a playoff team. Like, they look like one of the worst teams in the league right now. I mean, their offense is horrible. I get it. They have a lot of injuries. Obviously, Rice is suspended. Xavier Worthy is hurt. I understand that. But, they just don't look like a good team. And I think the Eagles broke them. I think them losing in the Super Bowl honestly broke their dynasty. I mean, I know that might sound like a over-pitch reaction, but I'm just saying the Chiefs don't look good. They don't look like a true Super Bowl team. They do not look like the Chiefs that we once knew. They don't look like the Chiefs bits of old that would just dominate almost everybody in their path. But, as for the Giants, I think the Giants have actually looked pretty good. I mean, they almost beat the Cowboys last week. They were this close to beating this Dallas Cowboys. I think that offense is humming. I love what I've seen out of Russ and Malik Neighbors. I like them at home here. But this game could be close because, I mean, both of these teams suck. But I don't even know why they scheduled this for a Sunday night game. I don't know why. This game is going to suck. But I'm going to pick the Giants to win in a huge upset. I really do think that the Giants can win. I think they've looked far better. I like their offense better. I think they're healthier. I know that might sound like a hot take, but I'm going to pick the New York freaking Giants to win this game. And the Chiefs to start off their season 0-3. So I'm going to pick the New York Giants to win in a huge upset. 23-20. I know you guys might rip me in the comments for saying that, but I don't care. This is just all my opinion. But just, obviously, I think the Chiefs just look broken. They don't look like a true contending team anymore. All right, up next, guys, to close out week 3, we have a Monday night heavyweight fight. It's between the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. This could low-key be the game of the year. I mean, I think the NFL cooked with this one. Scheduling this for a Monday night, that is an excellent its idea. I think this game is going to be an absolute shootout. I think both of these teams look absolutely amazing. I think that this game is going to be an absolute dogfight. I mean a dogfight. It is going to be a war out there. I think you're going to see a lot of fireworks. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of defense played in this game, but I'm going to pick the Ravens here. I like them at home. I think they will be able to find a way to win this football game. So I'm going to pick Baltimore here to beat the Detroit Lions 37-34 in one of the best games of the season so far. All right. But anyways, guys, these are all of my picks for week 3 of the NFL season. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that you guys smash that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and share this video with somebody that you know. But anyways, guys, it's your boy Noah the Beast. I am out. You guys have an awesome day, and go Birds. Let's go, baby. I will see you guys next time.